Round of 16 action at Euro 2024 continues on Monday, July 1st at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time between Portugal and Slovenia. If we look at the odds for this game, Portugal, very big favorites, minus 275. The draw, plus 375. Slovenia, plus 800. Portugal to advance. Regulation, extra time, or PKs, minus 600. Slovenia to advance, plus 400. Let's get into a breakdown of this game. And if you want more Euros predictions, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel to get more. And if you want great sportsbook bonuses for new customers, be sure to check out my link, signupexpert.com/shredthespread, right there or in the comments. And you can see all the great bonuses available to you there. Now for Portugal, how they got here, match day one, it was a 2-1 win over Czechia. They were losing, though, in that game, 1-0. They scored the winner in stoppage time. Their other goal was an own goal as well. Match day two, rather easy win over Turkey, 3-0. Match day three, big upset, loss to Georgia. They rotated. Only Palhinha, Costa, and Ronaldo were in there as starters. But still, Portugal's backups are still great players. Ronaldo did play for an hour, but two errors from Antonio Silva led to goals 2 minutes in, and then a second half PK, and Georgia pulled the massive upset there, though obviously Portugal already had that group wrapped up, and they didn't need the points. Slovenia, they've been involved in all three draws so far. 1-1 with Denmark, 1-1 with Serbia, and 0-0 with England. Both goals have come from defenders. Left back, though, Erik Jansa scored versus Denmark, and he will be suspended here. They only have 7 shots on target, though, through 3 games, 2, 4, and just 1. Head-to-head, there's only ever been one meeting, but that meeting was very recent, a 2-0 Slovenia win. It was just a friendly, though, but it was very recent in March. The form guide will show for Portugal. That loss to Georgia was just their 3rd loss in 18 games since they lost to Morocco in the World Cup. Since that time, they're 15-0-3, no draws. So it's not rare. It's very rare if you bet a draw in a Portugal game that you will cash that bet. There's actually no draws in 29 games for Portugal, going all the way back to June 2022. They've outscored their opponents recently 54-13 in those recent 18 games, but they have allowed multiple goals in 5 of 8 games, and they've allowed at least 1 goal in 6 of 8 games. They've scored, though, multiple goals in 3 of their last 4. Switching over to Slovenia, if you go back to June 2022, Slovenia is 13-9-2. That's not a lot of losses. It is a ton of draws. It is, though, just 2 losses in their last 24 games. It's no losses in 9 games and just 1 loss in 15 games. They have 4 straight draws, though. 0-0, 1-1, 1-1, and 1-1. They've got draws in 5 of 7. They've scored a goal in 21 of 23. They've conceded a goal in 7 of 10. Both teams to score bets have been a popular way to go in Slovenia games, as it's 5-1 and 7-3 of late. Looking at Portugal and Slovenia, predictions and best bets, there's a whole ton of stats to get into here. Let's look at Portugal. They put up the 2nd most shots with 53 and the 4th most shots on target with 16 through the group stage. They had the highest XG, tied with France and Croatia at 5.7. Portugal allowed the 2nd fewest shots, 16, and shots on target, 6, both behind Germany. Slovenia allowed the 6th most shots, 43. They were mid-pack in shots on target allowed, only giving up 11, though. Slovenia's they're into their first knockout round game now in a major competition. Now, Portugal have struggled to break down teams that sit back like Georgia and Czechia, and that could be the case here as well. They had 73% possession versus Georgia, but just 5 shots on target and no goals. They had 74% possession versus Czechia, 8 shots on target, and an own goal, and a very late goal into stoppage time. Turkey played a more open game. Portugal only had 57% possession, and that was a game that had a big win. Now, they'll likely dominate the possession here again. Only Germany had a higher average possession than Portugal in the group stage. Slovenia won't change that. They averaged just 32% possession through their games. Still, I do think it might be tough for Portugal to break this team down, but I would still expect a big rebound from them. They'll come in rested as well. They've also not lost a competitive game in back-to-back games since Euro 2008. This is a fresh team, a humbled team after that loss. I think they'll be focused. They'll get the win. It could be tight, though. Let's go Portugal to win in regulation and under 4 goals. I don't see them blowing out Slovenia. This type of bet, this same game parlay will cover you all sorts of ways. If it's a Portugal win by 1-2 or 3-0, if it's a Portugal win 2-1, you're covered there as well. So Portugal win under 4 goals. I created that over at Bet365 at minus 110 odds. Be sure to share what bets you're taking in this game down there in the comments. And good luck with all of your Euro 2024 picks this week.